Blackstone presents Warrior, Audrey Hepburn, by Robert Matzen. This book is read by Tavia Gilbert. To Audrey, for a life that continues to inspire. Forward. In Italy, the term seminterrato abitabile technically describes a damp and poorly lit basement that is somehow still fit for residential use. This description perfectly matched my first flat in Rome. Nevertheless, on a morning some 30 years ago, its usual moldy scent had to briefly make way in order to pass one final test: my mother's inspection. My flat passed with flying colors, and my mother and I hopped in a cab to the nearby studios of Rai Uno, where she was to sit for an interview, the first of a tightly packed UNICEF Italy schedule, one that would jumpstart the project to entrust 7,000 mayors of the world's largest cities with the protection of children's rights. By the end of the day, I, having only chaperoned Audrey Hepburn from one meeting to another, was frankly exhausted, while she was as crisp as her garden's roses in Switzerland. "How do you manage?" I asked her. She said, "Lucchino, this is my work, and it's so important. But let's talk about you. You must know that I was really moved to see you in your first ever flat. It's so important. It's the beginning of your life, of your independence. It may be small and smelly." Damn, she got me. "But it's a place and time you will never forget." Most people define my mother by her physique, her acting skills, her sense of fashion, all neatly tied up by grace and kindness. Quite obviously, she was all that, but what kept her going that day in Rome, and every single day that she chose to dedicate to the less fortunate ones, was something older and bolder than her looks, or even her age, would suggest. At the end of his first book on my mother, Dutch Girl, Robert Matzen poignantly describes her as being chased by a bullet, one of the many she was able to dodge in Holland during World War II, and one that would finally get her in less than a year from that busy day in Rome. That image sent shivers up my back and made tears well in my eyes, but didn't totally match reality. I still didn't know what exactly was Audrey Hepburn's secret. What was the drive that got her out of that rose garden and into the dry hell of East Africa? How did she survive war, her own parents' and husband's delusions?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?